Hello and welcome to this B1 Usability Package Tip of the Week session. My name is Rasmus Jensen, and today's week we will be talking about the item placement tool and how to use its LinkTo system. So when working with item placement tool, we are working with pixels, and just a very quick summary of how pixels work. Pixels always start in 0.0 and we go out how much left and how much top we are giving it. So if we go at 100, 100, it will be here, 200, 400, 400, 200, and the window itself will have a height and a width. Another thing we need to see is how SAP Business One do its resizing rules on a window. Well, it's fairly simple, because if you take any window in Business One that is resizable, that is indicated by you having this icon, and you divide it up into 4 parts, just in the middle of the screen, horizontally and vertically. Then everything in this section will stay in place, everything in this section will move out. If we make the screen wider, everything in this section will move down if we make the screen higher, and everything in this section will both move down and right. So this is how it works in Business One, and the LinkTo system, which we'll be talking about today, is the system that takes a field in one of these sections, link it to another field of another section, and in that way inherits that sizing rule. So let's see some samples on this. So here we are in SAP Business One, and we will be doing some samples on the Business Partner Master Data, so let's open that. So here we have it without any modifications. And as we saw before with the resizing rules, we split the screen in the middle here and here, and we will see that fields go out. If I move this out here, we'll see that these fields here move out, and similar if I move down here, you'll see that these fields go down. But you might notice that in the middle of the height is actually here, but you can see that the password, factory indicator, project, industry, and business partner type is not moving down. So why is that? Well, that's because they use the LinkTo system. And the best way to show this is to go about doing this by putting in, using item placement tool, and put in a new field here to see what actually happens. So if I turn on to use user-defined fields, you will be able to see that I have a few user-defined fields. And let's take this hide from list and put it in to the system under the business partner type. First thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the window is in the minimum size we have, else we can end up with troubles in having our fields in incorrect positions. So a general rule of thumb is, if you need to use item placement tool, make sure you are in the minimum size of the window before you begin. So now I've made it as little as possible here, and I use this standard system in order to place this below. You can see the samples in the training material on item placement tool on how to do what we are actually doing here in detail. So now we have moved our field. We need to close and reopen, of course, and we can see our field is down at the side now, so we don't need the sidebar anymore. But as I mentioned, some of these fields didn't move down, and in this case we don't want to have the hide from list move down either. But what happens if we do this? We can see it actually moves down. So what should we do about going about this in order to make it not move like this? Well, again, as we mentioned, if we split the screen in 3 or in 4 sections, and if we went on and linked this item to one of the other items up here, it would now not move it around. So If I right click here and go to the item tool configuration, you will see that I have a LinkTo column here. And that is the column defining what we are linked to and who should we inherit the sizing rules from. So we could just say it should have the same sizing rule as the company field here. So let's see what the company fields have. Put in system information, and that is item 362. So let's put in 362 and update this. So if we now have it, you will see that when I now resize the window, it will stay in place and not move down. So a simple link to on another field having the correct sizing rules will fix this problem. You're not only limited to your own user-defined field. For example, here alias name is moving down with Business One as default. But if you wanted to have that not moving down, we would be able to go in and add this. So again, let's try to go to the item placement tool configuration. And since we don't want to move this, we just want to have it another link to, we will see that if we have the system information, this is item 2014. So let's see, 2014. And again, let's give it the same link to, which was 326. So it will follow the same. And in case it's a user-defined or it's a system item, we also need the link button by itself. So this is item 2013. So we also need to give that a new sizing rule. Down here, the label will automatically get the same sizing rule as the field. So we put that in, and let's see what happens now. So we open the window again, and now we need some space in order to move this. You can see it actually don't move down. It will stay in place as we wanted it. Let's do one thing just for the sample. So let's try to say that for some reason we wanted the foreign name to move out along with the fields. Right now it will just stay in place. Let's see how we could do that. So again, let's go to the configuration, and let's just have the field here, which is 128. And let's have it move the same way as the orders field move here. So let's see, that is item 31. So this wouldn't make sense in a normal business scenario, but just for the sample of how this actually works. So you can see now it will move out with the data. Not that it would make terribly much sense here, but it will move out if we wanted to. This concludes this session. For training material, please go to service.boyum-it.com/education, or if you want a free demo of the product, go to license.boyum-it.com/b1up. If you want to contact us, you can do it either by our sales email or our support email. Thank you for attending.